Who are you? Stop right there. Go ahead and stop right there.
This Idaho state officer is pointing his flashlight at 70-year-old Alan Bruce. He has no idea that the man he just ran into was in the middle of dumping human body parts in a nearby river after murdering, dismembering, and meticulously covering up the crime scene.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Got a bookkeeping problem going on down here, and I just want to make sure you weren't that guys.
All right, so you're just trying to keep an eye on stuff then.
Yeah, excuse me for if I got you excited.
All right.
After Alan walks away, it would take investigators days to discover exactly what he dumped in the river, leading them through a twisted maze of misleading clues and disturbing discoveries. And what might be the worst crime these small-town officers will ever uncover.
I'm sure.
Oh, it stinks bad.
In a small town in Idaho, I'm sure it's probably the worst thing they've ever seen.
There is
I'm
no
sure it
life
would be.
now. He was reduced down to nothing.
Dr. Insanity.
It's a routine late spring in central Idaho.
Yeah.
Tucked deep within its mountains sits the remote town of Chalice, a place surrounded on all sides by rugged terrain and long stretches of wilderness. And at the center of it all runs the Salmon River, better known as the River of No Return. The small town of Chalice is home to fewer than 1,000 residents.
people?
Crime rates here are remarkably low, and serious violent homicides are unheard of. But that's about to change, because a heinous crime happened somewhere in this town, and what's left of it now is in the Salmon River,
or multiple?
waiting to be found.
Because they use the word serial killer, so
begins on an early Saturday afternoon.
Well, less than a year
ago, when an elderly woman walks into the local police station to report someone missing.
When he's upset, I'm just surprised he hasn't been back to see. That's why I'm concerned.
Yeah. Do you know what he was wearing last when he left?
Pair of boots, blue jeans, and I think it was a dark t-shirt.
It almost makes you wonder
baseball cap. And
he's
got
done
a
this
little
before.
Pug rider.
And
Is with
maybe
him
have
everywhere.
other unsolved crimes.
Just one of my dear kids that I've taken under my wing.
Okay, so not biological.
No.
Okay.
There's a picture.
Yeah, picture, okay. Does this picture resemble what he looks like right now?
His beard is a little fuller and his hair is in better shape than that.
The man in those photos is 47-year-old Patrick Shelton. His adoptive mother, Helen, goes on to explain that Patrick spends most of his time up in the mountains, cutting and selling firewood, often late at night. He's got a chainsaw, usually at least one weapon on him, and his dog Ryder is always by his side. Additionally, Patrick doesn't really have a fixed place to stay. He moves between properties, parking motorhomes and trailers on other people's land, often getting into disputes when
At
it's
least
time
he
to
has
leave.
that, right?
In most missing person
That's
cases,
more than a lot
it
of
takes
people
days
have
before
that are in
investigators
this
get a
situation.
solid lead to work with. But in the town of Chalice, that process is about to be cut short.
Yeah.
I remember you mentioned something about when you talked about him going to Alan Bruce's. It seemed like you said something to where they had some conflict recently. They have.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know why he went there?
He was supposed to go move his motorhomes. And when he got out there, Alan had moved them with the
Motorhomes, like he has multiple motorhomes. The guy who went missing. That's even more interesting because, well, if you have multiple, sell one of them. You know, then you can maybe fix up the other one if it needs to be fixed up or whatever.
bulldozer.
Okay.
Not good. Probably.
I would be upset, but then again, I would have not had my crap left on his property.
Screwed up the transmissions and I don't know.
The name Helen mentions immediately rings a bell because officers know exactly who she's talking about.
Yeah, that officer, as soon as it says a name, he goes, "Oh, has he had some conflict with him?" Before he even finished talking, that officer on the right's like nodding his head, like, "Yep, yep," and his eyes are like going, like, "Yep, like this guy's a problem." Whether he's a problem just because of this other person who's gone missing or with other people, I don't know.
immediately rings a bell because officers know
Yeah, his eyes right
exactly
there.
who she's talking about.
See that?
70-year-old Ellen
Eyes are
Bruce
like
is a
this.
local resident with a rural property just out of town, working odd jobs, including welding and mechanical work.
That's
But
an interesting
not what
property.
people in Chalice know him for, because Ellen has a different reputation, built on constant disputes and ongoing conflicts with other locals. Just
There we go. It wasn't just the guy that went missing. Many complaints against him from other local residents.
earlier in the year, he was
There we go.
reported for allegedly throwing gas bombs and setting a woman's property on fire. So based on Helen's statement,
Excuse me,
officers
what?
prepare to head out and speak with Ellen.
Using Molotov cocktails to set someone's property on fire? Like, how has the town not banded together to like run this guy out of town? Yeah, that went from like 0 to 1,000. Like, he has become like the town bad guy all of a sudden. Like bombing, like fire bombing some lady's property. Like what?
See if he can point them in the right direction. At this point, officers aren't too surprised.
And the other thing about people who live out on a lot of land is a lot of them have guns because they need to protect farm animals. They like to have guns to keep predators away too. So
That Alan's name came up, and don't expect anything serious. In reality, something
but it's such a strange and interesting looking property. Like, look at all the green around them, probably because they're farms. And his is just like barren land. Like, I wonder what he does on this land. Like, what he does.
already happened between Alan and Patrick just a night ago that ended very gruesomely. While officers are
Yeah,
on their
he's
way
got
to
some
question
equipment.
him, Alan is still in the middle of
He's got-
covering
he's
things
got
up.
a big Caterpillar,
in just
like
a few
a
seconds,
ground leveler
a
right
deputy
there. Fun fact: my grandfather drove one of these for a living.
Alan is still in the middle of covering things up. In just a
Oh.
few seconds, a deputy pulls up to his property.
Hey, Alan. How's it
He's still in the
going?
middle of covering up his crime.
One thing after another.
Oh, what are you guys
Hey,
doing out
I was
here?
just coming to chat with you. We had a report that no one knows where Pat is right now. Yeah,
What's in that sprayer right there, buddy? Huh?
Okay. And I just wanted to touch bases with you because I know you got the stuff off your property, but he was going to come by to pick it up, right?
Yeah,
Did you ever see him on that?
I did.
Okay.
Dave came by here. He was unhappy, very unhappy.
Okay, but it was just all kind of verbal argument or something, or he was just okay. And he went and got his stuff then, or
Well, he still has some stuff here. He said he would want to go cut some wood. He needs some money. So he's probably out somewhere out there. Maybe broke down. I don't know.
I'm just trying to create a
Uh-huh.
timeline so I know who last saw him. So when was that he showed
Alan.
up here?
Right.
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago?
3 nights ago.
Let's see,
Can't
what is
remember.
Which one was it? 2 or
Thursday
3
night?
nights
Okay.
ago?
In the middle of the conversation, the deputy notices something off about Alan's demeanor. His responses are short, controlled, almost rehearsed. But as the deputy continues asking questions, things start to feel even more strange.
And then did he hang around here long, or did he just go right over?
Back and forth.
Back and forth?
Uh-huh.
Coming back onto the property?
Yeah.
Does he still stab stuff here
He
then?
does.
Oh,
I
okay.
Get it all out.
Oh, okay.
Like that shed, that wooden shed is his.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
The tires
How's he
in
going to
it.
get the wood?
Looking
Never
through
mind.
the
I
pickup
don't even,
rack
I don't
just
even
over
know
the-
at this point.
Over that board.
Oh, just the steel there?
Yeah, the
Okay.
Like, who has a mobile shed? And what, do you keep it on wheels? Like, do you keep it on sleds so you can push it onto a trailer? Like,
No? Oh,
That's
okay.
his.
Okay. So he.
Wooden rack over there in the back of the tractor, like that.
This okay,
Tires.
just kind of bunch of crap laying around.
Right.
Okay. So he got some of it though.
Yeah,
Do you know where he was taking it to?
taking it down to the motorhomes.
Oh, where is motorhomes?
motor homes
Right here.
again, like
Walk over
plural.
there.
Okay. Oh, there.
There's his Ram Charger and another one's in front.
The motorhome Alan is pointing to does indeed belong to Patrick, but more importantly, it holds items that might explain what really happened to him. Alan goes on to explain that he moved Patrick's motorhomes himself because of the ongoing disputes and problems between the two, which sounds normal considering they're frequent business partners. But as the conversation continues, the deputy takes note of Alan's
Business
shifting body
partners?
language and quietly requests another officer
What
to the
business
scene.
are they doing
There's
together?
a noticeable tension in the way Alan carries himself. This is because while he's speaking to the deputy, his sole focus is on the barrels sitting just a few feet away, with Patrick's dismembered body parts hidden inside.
He's riding along with me. I was just on a phone call for a minute, so I didn't want to bring that out here, so.
So did he stay here last night or?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. And he didn't tell you where he was going to get the wood?
Hold on. It was Thursday night he left here, not last night.
Okay. You know, does he have
I guarantee this place in winter gets slammed with snow. Slammed with snow. The way they describe where it is, it's like in valley between mountains on all sides. This place gets hammered with snow come winter.
any favorite spots so we can just go?
100%.
Bay Horse, pretty close to the top. You go up there before you get to
Oh, yes.
the rest area, the potties. This road takes off and goes down the hill and crosses the creek.
Uh-huh.
Way back up in there is a favorite wood cutting spot for him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is that the only one you know about?
It's the only one he took me to.
Oh, okay. You may be the last person that saw him because he would have then gone up there that night potentially?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Notably, Alan's demeanor shifts once again. With a second officer on scene, he becomes more composed and careful with how he answers questions.
sure.
Despite this noticeable shift, Alan provides deputies with something useful, a location where Patrick might be. The place he mentions is a remote area about 20 miles out, near the so-called River of No Return.
Yeah, he's giving them this location on purpose to get them away from his property to go investigate that right now so he can finish dumping Patrick's body parts somewhere. I would be forthcoming with that information too. Yeah, this is where he always goes to cut wood, 20 miles outside of town. Go off and go investigate that area. Let me get these barrels full of his body parts out of here so you guys don't find him.
Naturally, it's somewhere deputies need to check, but before heading out there, they decide to take a quick look around the motorhome Alan pointed to earlier. A small decision that will give police something useful to work with later on.
Did he smash it up when he moved it, or was it always smashed in the front?
The doors are ratchet strapped closed. Looks like it's cut.
Are these your footprints?
Huh.
No.
Maybe take a photo of those.
Yes, that would be good.
Yeah, that one looks open. That looks, I think it looks cut.
Yes.
That is a
it
deadbolt, but that's an additional.
I'm assuming Alan had to access it to put it in neutral. Technically, you could be looking at.
But did he? Because if we think back to what his Patrick's stepmother was saying, he was mad at Alan because he might have messed up the transmission in the motorhomes when he tried to move them off the property. Would he really use that as a reason to break in to put it in neutral? And that wouldn't have messed up the transmissions, right?
Unlawful entry.
Clearly, the locks have been tampered with,
Locks,
consistent
plural,
with
too.
Alan's explanation that he moved the motorhome himself. It's a small detail, but one that could give officers grounds to detain him later on, depending on how this unfolds. But without a warrant, officers can't search inside the motorhome, so they step back, leave the scene, and head towards Big Hill, where Patrick might be. At this stage, there is still no confirmed crime. Alan has been forthcoming and nothing directly points to anything serious just yet. But by the end of this night, police will have more than one suspect on their hands, and what might be the worst crime this town will ever see. But before we get to that, it's important to note that cases like these can affect the mental health of both the officers and the innocent people involved, and stressful situations in everyone's life can often have the same effect.
Which is
I hit
okay.
a point where trying to move on wasn't working, and I didn't really have anyone I could talk to without feeling like I was a burden or worrying about how they'd react or what they'd think. And that's when I realized having someone completely outside your life who can give you a clear,
Probably is.
unbiased perspective actually makes a huge difference. That's why I've partnered with today's sponsor, BetterHelp. Starting therapy can feel like a huge step, but BetterHelp actually makes it really simple. You take a short quiz, get matched with a licensed therapist, and if it's not the right fit, you can switch anytime at no extra cost, which I think is huge because
Yeah.
Finding the right therapist makes all the difference. And I'm not the only one who thinks so.
If you can
Over
find a good
6 million
therapist on
people
there.
have
I'm
used
just gonna say
BetterHelp,
that.
earning it a
I'm just gonna
4.8 out of
say
5
that.
rating on the App Store. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/DrInsanity to get 10% off your first month. With that said, let's get back to
Maybe not.
roughly 2 hours
Like-
later, deputies arrive at Big Hill where Patrick was known to frequent for cutting firewood. On the ground, deputies notice tire marks and begin following them. And as they continue along the trail, they spot something in the distance. A red pickup truck matching the description of Patrick's vehicle with a damaged windshield.
Ooh.
His windshield.
Yeah, I think that's normal. I
Is
believe
it?
so.
Maybe for
Pat!
Maybe for Patrick it is.
Pat, it's the Custer County Sheriff's Office. Can you hear us?
Dog's in the seat.
Spoiler alert! No, he's
Alive?
in
What was the
multiple
dog's name?
barrels back
Ryder.
at Alan's place.
Ryder, buddy. Ryder.
Oh, the poor poopy
You're awake?
dog.
No, that's not moving.
Dog's been in here a while. He's messed himself.
Oh,
Oh, he's
where's he
moving.
dead? Oh, there he is.
It's definitely a he, by the way. Hi, baby.
Aw.
Baby, you're okay. We're gonna get you some water, okay?
Oh, the poopy dog.
Where'd he go?
Aw.
Where did he go?
He's been
Miraculously,
he's been
Patrick's
waiting for his
dog
owner.
Ryder is still alive after 2 full days, but he's severely dehydrated. As deputies pull Ryder from the vehicle and give him water, they notice something else. Patrick's chainsaw is missing from the truck, suggesting he might still be somewhere nearby. And while they discuss their next steps, Ryder suddenly begins reacting to something in the air. Dogs like Ryder
The
have a
scent?
sense of smell up to 100,000 times more powerful than humans, comparable even to trained police canine units. Without realizing it, officers have stumbled onto their strongest lead yet, and Ryder might guide them directly towards the answer they're looking for.
Poor buddy.
Because he definitely knows his owner's scent.
Listen to that.
No.
Definitely.
So that makes me think he could be down lower if he would, because his chainsaw's not here.
Yeah.
He always has his
go down for a
chainsaw.
walk?
I'm thinking so.
I'll go with you. I kind of want to walk down there and see if his behavior still points that way.
Right. Let's walk him.
Come on.
He's going up the hill, not down.
Dude, you gotta give me a break.
Going uphill. The hilly area.
We can't go down that. That is a completely down.
She's like,
That is-
no,
there is
we're
no
not. We're
angle
not
to that.
doing that.
I'm arguing with a dog.
As luck would have it, the dog picks up a scent, but can't pinpoint a specific location. The reason for that is something officers haven't realized yet, because there is no single place where Patrick might be. He's already been dead for 2 nights, dismembered with his own chainsaw, and scattered
gosh.
across the very mountains deputies are now searching. Some of his remains are already floating down the river of no return, just 20 miles from where they're standing. None of this is apparent to deputies
Oh,
yet, so they
Alan.
decide to take a closer
What
look
have you
at Patrick's
done?
pickup truck for any additional clues. What they notice inside is very sketchy. Dark red staining across the interior, heavily soaked towels on the driver's seat, items marked with blood, and a discarded mail letter with the name Alan Bruce on it. Something violent happened here, and the
Yeah,
more
dude.
deputies think about it, the more obvious what
Blood
happened to
spray
Patrick
on
becomes.
the headliner
So before the evening
and the
ends,
sun
they secure
visor.
the scene and return to town where they talk to other acquaintances of Patrick who collectively make one thing crystal clear. Alan had an ongoing feud with Patrick. He recently moved his motorhome using heavy equipment and damaged it in the process. And he's the only person anyone can think of who might want to hurt Patrick. With that in mind, investigators
There's no
formally
might
identify
want
Alan Bruce
to
as the
hurt.
primary suspect in Patrick Shelton's disappearance.
What we know
But the
now.
reality and discoveries awaiting investigators in the coming hours are anything appearance. But the
Okay.
reality
Was that blood there earlier when we were looking at it? I don't remember that. It must have been, but that's a blood stain right there too.
and discoveries awaiting investigators in the coming hours are anything but straightforward.
I just didn't notice. I was so preoccupied about the locks and the deadbolt and whether they could get in.
Investigating more than one suspect. For the time being, though, search warrants are requested for both properties, and Idaho State Police are called in, bringing in a team of experienced detectives. However, as the multi-agency effort is underway, someone in town is simultaneously running their own homicide cover-up operation. As night falls, Alan moves quietly, continuing to dump body parts and evidence in the river and burning anything that could tie him to what he's done. At the same time, police's search and rescue units are mobilized, preparing to comb through the surrounding terrain for any sign of Patrick. Around midnight, Deputy Mike is sent to patrol near Patrick's truck, monitoring the area in case anything changes. A few hours into his shift, something does.
Who are you? Stop right there. Just go ahead and stop right there. So what are you coming out here for?
That guy there, Patrick Shelton, that's his stuff. I kind of looking after a little bit.
Okay.
Car down here, and I come down here to investigate, see if someone's ripping him off.
Okay.
I didn't know it was you guys.
Okay, well, I turned my lights on, and you still were shining your light at me.
Yeah, you had your lights on me. I couldn't see where I was going.
Okay, I'm saying I turned my red and blue lights on.
Yeah.
And you were still spotlighting me. And then I told you, I instructed you to turn it off.
I don't like lights in my eyes about as much as you don't.
I don't care.
You had yours in mine,
He's
so
a police.
No, it's not even. Okay, so what are you doing?
Even.
You're just keeping an eye on...
Whether you like it or not, if a police officer is doing that, has his lights on, he can.
Got a little people problem going on down here, and I just want to make sure you weren't that guys.
You having a little what problem?
The only thieving problem is you with somebody's life there, buddy.
Thievery, okay.
Talk to Ethan Kelly about that, he'll tell you.
Okay, all right, so you're just trying to keep an eye on stuff.
Who the hell's Kelly?
Yeah, make sure nobody's ripping shit off down here.
Okay.
Yeah, thieving problem. He's thieving someone's life is what he did.
All right.
You old coot.
270, 240. We can calm down. I'm code 4.
Out here, in complete darkness, Alan Bruce suddenly appears. Nothing about this encounter adds up, because at this point, Alan isn't just the last person to see Patrick alive. He's been in a dispute with him, moved his motorhome after he disappeared, and now he's out here in the middle of the night claiming he's checking on Patrick's property and protecting it from theft. In reality, he came here to finish what he started.
Look at his boots. Look at how wet, and look, his pants are wet too down here. Fishy.
Property and protecting it from theft. In reality, he came here to finish what he started, to destroy evidence he didn't have time to deal with earlier when deputies interrupted him.
Yep.
Worse yet, just minutes ago, he was at the River of No Return a couple miles away, disposing of what was left of Patrick. Deputy Mike doesn't know any of this yet, but this creepy encounter makes it clear that Alan knows something police don't. Unfortunately for him, this is where things begin to crumble, because coming back here tonight is the mistake that's about to collapse his entire cover-up operation. In the early hours of the following morning, investigators used the overnight developments and the encounter with Alan to accelerate the approval of search warrants. With everything they've seen so far, it's clear Alan knows something they don't, and they need to find out what that is. To do that, they put a plan in motion. First, get Alan off the property, search it, and if any hard evidence is found, bring him back and confront him with it. So while detectives get the search warrants approved, one deputy is sent to Alan's property with a simple objective: get Alan into the car and keep him away from the property to avoid destruction of any evidence. Alan, on the other hand, believes he's already taken care of all the incriminating evidence and that there's nothing left to find. When Deputy Kelly arrives at the lot, Alan has no clue how quickly his entire cover-up plot will come crashing down on him.
Yeah, he may be willing to get in the police car now because he thinks he's in the clear. He has nothing. He thinks he's good, getting rid of all the evidence. So he might just be willing to get in the police car just to, entertain the police and, with what they want him to do. So he appears to be cooperating with them. That might be what Alan decides to do. I wonder.
Hey, Alan. How's it going?
Oh, I thought he was sitting in that recliner.
Hopefully your day's a little better than when I last ran
man,
you.
kicking back,
Everything
huh?
Well, your truck's still broken down, I guess, so maybe that's not the case. Doing all right? You just hop in the front there.
Sure hope he turns up. We got unfinished business.
Yeah, he's still got stuff on your property too to get off too, huh? So, I mean, y'all were getting along for a while there, but then, what happened there even? He just started accusing you of stuff, or?
Yeah. And there was nothing I could say to convince him that it wasn't.
Well, I appreciate you being available to just chat with them a bit more. They're the professionals. They've got questions I probably didn't ask you.
Okay.
Even as the deputy tries to subtly probe for more information, nothing useful comes out of it, and Alan sticks to his story. Interestingly, though, Alan appears noticeably more relaxed, likely because he's confident that there's no way police can tie him to a crime.
Exactly.
Roughly 30 minutes later, deputies and detectives arrive at the property. While Alan waits inside his car, the discovery of the evidence he failed to cover up starts with Patrick's motorhome.
Sheriff's office. Make yourself known. What this is. Got a gun case?
Gone.
Patrick's empty gun box is consistent with earlier statements that he always keeps a firearm with him. The problem is, that gun is nowhere to be found in the motorhome, and it was never found in his pickup truck the previous day. With Patrick's motorhome cleared, officers move over to Alan's property. Alan owns multiple structures and vehicles on the lot, and after clearing a few of them, deputies find no obvious signs of a crime. It seems like Alan's cover-up operation is successful so far, but that begins to change as deputies notice something unusual lingering across parts of the property.
They notice parts lingering across parts of the property.
Something stinks.
Oh, it stinks bad.
Just kind of pull that one down.
So we're just gonna hold on this trailer till we can get keys. If he won't give us keys, then we'll go from there. But we need to hold on this until we get that.
Probably in that freshly moved.
Do we want to call out the cadaver dog?
Let's go ahead and do it while we're here. We've got it cleared. It might be the best way to get something to hold him.
As the search continues, deputies can smell an odor of burnt meat across parts of the lot, but no clear source. After checking around the structures again and searching the open areas, they can't find anything. So, to pinpoint the source, deputies call in a cadaver dog trained to detect human remains. And a few minutes later, police canine Spy arrives on scene. After running the dog across the property, Spy begins alerting to the presence of something inside a set of barrels.
I'm rolling. Cleaned out.
Okay, so it's not looking,
Yeah.
No,
we got our window.
in a burned spot.
Ah. Latex gloves, windows.
And doggy treats.
I'm gonna get a backed up
State
picture.
police now, not just the sheriffs. That's even better.
Inside the barrel, officers begin to uncover what Alan tried to hide. Broken window glass of a car consistent with a bullet impact, latex gloves, and traces of blood on the filter of a vacuum cleaner. After searching other barrels, officers find night vision binoculars, Patrick's baseball cap marked with blood, and most concerning of all, bone fragments and suspected human remains on multiple pieces of clothing. Additional items are recovered as well, including ammunition and magazines, but no firearms, suggesting the weapons may have been moved or hidden somewhere else. Among the findings, detectives note the missing firearms, the lack of any intact remains, and the speed at which the scene appears to have been cleaned, something particularly peculiar, leading them to consider that Alan may not have acted alone.
Ooh, that's new.
After these discoveries, Alan's property is officially treated as a crime scene. The area is secured and forensic examiners are called in to process the evidence. Detectives now have the hard evidence they need to confront Alan, but while they prepare to do so, an unexpected development happens when Alan's younger brother Larry suddenly shows up at the scene. Hours earlier, police received an oddly timed phone call from—
Now we're really living like Larry.
Waving a gun at me, I'd probably be, wanting to have something to defend myself too, But, my brother had been asking Shelton to move for months.
Okay.
And,
did any of this ever get reported to the police? Like, regardless of where you live or what happens, if someone comes and shoves a gun in my face, I'm going to file a police report. You know what I mean? I'm just going to do it. But I don't know if it really happened. He just told his brother and that's it?
Shelton was like, well, f*** you, basically. So my brother took the little road grader, the little dozer, and
that's what it's called. That machine that my grandpa used. It's a road grader.
Pulled his stuff and put it out here on the other side of the fence.
Stuff. Is this something your brother told you, or is this something you saw?
As far as moving the stuff, yeah, I came by the day that he was moving stuff on the way home. What I done know,
so you
when my brother moved the stuff just to try to get the pressure off of my brother, I text Shelton and I told him, hey, I moved your crap off of my brother's lot. So then he texted me back when he got to town going, I got a beef with you. I mean, Shelton's a drunk and a dope fiend. Okay, so
right here.
I told him you're f***ing up, not getting your junk off my brother's lot.
That's a lot more confrontational than what he said. He texted him, isn't it? You're effing stuff up by not getting your ass off my brother's property, you blah, blah, blah. Like, really? It's a lot more confrontational than what he was originally telling the officers.
That was off Alan's lot. That was May 3rd.
Okay.
That was 3 weeks ago.
I'm broke down, trying to get a ride.
Then you said, never mind, I moved it for you. Give Alan back whatever you took of his.
Yeah, he goes, who is this? Alan's brought the beef to me anyway.
Don't have any of his stuff.
Well, Alan kept showing me
Blame
pictures
me
of stuff
for
that
all
was missing, where it was and missing.
Sounds
and
like Alan has
Patrick
a problem
was
like
one of the only people
Alan has a
in
problem
here.
with a lot of people in town.
Or
Right.
I have a beef with you too.
Okay.
Let's put bring your beef. We know who you are, drug addicts. Just remember, you me with all of us, and I take
all of us.
pictures
What? Yeah,
from the
you
sheriff
and your
office
murder's
parking
brother.
lot, thinking that, well, maybe he'd think I'm a sheriff, and maybe he'd pack his, or leave Alan alone and get the f*** out of town, So I put with me with all of us, you'll live.
No, with everything Alan's done, I'm surprised everyone doesn't want him out of town. Like all the conflicts he's had with other people in town. Like, really? Who wants him to be staying? Like, besides his own brother.
Best thing for you to do is pack up and leave Custer County and don't come back.
Alan's brother goes on to pull up additional messages between him and Patrick. The messages he shares show the feud escalating over time, primarily over Patrick refusing to move his property off the land and accusations that he'd been stealing from Alan. As detectives read through them, it becomes clear that Alan's brother wasn't just aware of the conflict, he was involved in it at some point. This only adds to investigators' suspicions, so instead of continuing to circle around it, the detective says exactly what he's
did you
thinking.
help your brother murder Patrick?
Yeah, it's...
And no sign of Shelton, though, huh? Find a
There's-
body or anything? Or
There's signs of Shelton, just not living signs of Shelton. One of the things I'm trying to wrap my head around is,
Here we go.
like, how did he do that by himself? He's not a very big guy. Like, how would he move things around without somebody helping him? Like, if he let's just
like
say
you,
that
buddy, like you.
if he shot Shelton and took him somewhere and dumped his body, who would he call to help him?
I have no fucking clue. I mean, he
I
wouldn't
think he'd call
me.
you,
Right.
Mr.
That's what I'm
Mr.
saying. Does he have good friends that?
I don't know. I don't know what he's capable of. You know, I mean.
But you were just
I don't
saying
know
how innocent your brother
anybody
was.
that would help him move something, you know, help him commit a
You?
crime, you know. I mean, my wife would shoot me if I helped him, you know.
How long you been married?
Well,
since 2016.
you may wish she shot you by the time this is all over,
9 years.
buddy.
Last night, she's like going, well, this and that, you know, and what if it was Alan? What if he comes and kills us in our sleep, you know? I was like, you know, because
I'd be worried too.
she
Alan
was
is-
watching that Criminal Minds
Alan's shown himself to be a bit unhinged.
for a long time, you know, after she retired from the DA, you know, it's like, you know, serial killers, you know.
Tell her, babe, it's Custer County. You know, don't worry about serial killers. When it's all said and
We just
done,
care. We just care about.
everybody
We
will
just
know
worry about
everything.
regular killers now,
pick
apparently,
your friends,
because of
you
Alan.
can pick your nose,
But you can't pick your
family.
friends. Yeah, you
On
can't pick your
that
family.
interesting remark, Larry shifts from defending his brother to no longer being certain and begins.
Yeah, boy, he started this whole conversation out like totally defending his brother, saying, if something happened to Patrick, it's all his fault. It's all Patrick's fault. Had nothing to do with Alan. Now he's saying, what can you do? You got a bad seed in the family. Well, what are you going to do? They're still family.
To see things the way investigators do. With
Kinda
nothing else to
wild,
add, police wrap up the interview with
honestly.
Larry, still uncertain of his involvement. Now they can finally turn their attention back to Alan, who's still sitting in the car, completely unaware of what's just been uncovered on his lot. At this point, investigators have enough to place Alan under arrest and pursue homicide charges. The problem is, they don't have a body, and they don't have a confession, both of which are critical in building a solid case, especially when it comes to proving exactly what happened and how. But with the evidence discovered on his property, this is
If they find either of those if they find any of the barrels with his body parts in it,
their best chance to confront Alan directly and push for a confession. The stakes are extremely high. If Alan plays his cards right, a skilled defense attorney can create just enough reasonable doubt to get him out of this scot-free.
if he
You've got
does.
a cadaver dog
If-
hitting on other
if
spots
he's-
on the property
if
that
he's
have
smart
bone
enough.
fragments. And the only thing that dog is trained to hit on is dead humans. You know, there was only 2 people here that night, you and him. Right? There's nobody else that I can talk to. Can't find him. And if you didn't do it and somebody else did, can you point me in the right direction?
I can't do that. I don't know anybody else is out here.
No, that's like I said, I don't either.
Even after hearing this,
Kinda leaves you, Alan, right?
continues his denial. But this is exactly why investigators brought him back to the property. It's a part of a strategy known as crime scene exposure.
Ooh.
Experienced detectives use this technique to confront suspects with something directly tied to the crime, like the scene itself or key pieces of evidence. This creates psychological pressure, making it harder to maintain a lie, and often triggering unexpected reactions or slips in their story. So investigators take Alan out of the car and bring him back to the center of the lot, back to the very place where everything likely happened, to see if he will finally break.
Well, we want to be able to tell the
Alan gonna
prosecutor
crack?
you helped us every which way you could.
Drum roll.
I can protect my case and
Look, Alan,
for the rest of my life. What?
What,
I don't
next
know. I
15
can't tell you
years?
what-
You're already
what-
70.
Jury trial now.
You don't have
You
to
got
go
20,
through
probably
it.
25
Yeah.
max.
So the way it works here is he doesn't feel like we should let you stay free, right? So we're still going to continue to investigate this case with your help or without your help. We're still going to dig through.
I mean, there's still some things that like concern me, like, and I don't know if you were asking about like who drove the truck up in the mountains.
Nobody drove it. I towed it up there.
Oh, you towed it up there?
Yeah.
Okay. With
Now I'm realizing I didn't know that everything happened on this lot. You're right. Yeah, I should have known that. So that's why he towed the truck up there. Windshield was broken. That's why he was trying to get rid of the windshield in that barrel. It was broken. And I know why he left the dog. He left the dog because it would look like Alan was there, which is exactly, or like Patrick was still there, which is what the cops originally thought, right? But yeah, there should have been multiple sets of tires as well. So he towed it up there because that was his story. He hadn't seen Patrick but Patrick needed money and he was going to go up there and chop firewood.
Which vehicle?
My dog.
Okay.
The one that's not licensed.
Up here.
Oh, okay. What'd you do with the dog?
Left it in the truck. I was going to dispatch it, but they're not just leave the truck. Maybe a little bigger more. Yeah.
Okay, so he's already admitted to part of the crime. Not the murder part, but the part where he towed the victim's vehicle up into the middle of nowhere and left it. There is no other reason. There's no reason why he would do that unless Patrick was dead. None. No other reason you would do that. None whatsoever.
Oh, the dog didn't do nothing.
I didn't want to kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't do nothing.
Yeah, so
This is so good. This is like true crime, like body cam. It's fantastic.
We're in a rock and a hard place right now, right? It's where we've been all day. It's where we're going to continue to be until we can completely wrap this up and figure out what the hell actually happened.
Well, before you take these deal, I'd like to lock on myself.
Okay. Well,
yeah, we're not going to leave this unsecured.
We'll lock it all up and bring you the keys.
Close the gate, whatever. So
Yeah.
if I didn't call, I'm in trouble.
Well, that's part of it.
Well,
you also destroyed some evidence.
You chopped somebody up
What did you?
after you murdered
I don't
him.
know. I've never been in that situation.
Alan,
Her
come
power
on.
is
Did you burn a
really
body?
good.
Come on.
Yeah, I did.
And you didn't tell anybody. So, like, look at it from our point of view. You know, we do the right thing for Patrick's family. You know what I mean? We got to try to find that body. You know, we got to do the right thing for his family.
There is no body found. He was reduced down to nothing. Nothing.
Did you chop him up?
No, I threw him in a burn barrel with a bunch of wood underneath him. Yeah, I chopped him up.
Like,
Oh my gosh. He just full on and just came out and said exactly what he did.
I took a chainsaw to him.
okay, where's the chainsaw?
Where's the chainsaw?
It's gone. It's
Found
gone.
it. Did you throw it in the river?
I got rid of it. Believe me, I burned it.
You burnt the chainsaw?
Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
in the barrel? And I've never chainsawed a body, but I think there would be like blood and skin and gristle and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
Okay. The plastic could have easily burned the casing of it. Yes. The chain, the body, the motor, like that stuff is not. Yeah, exactly. It's probably black and charred. There's no way it's like melted and gone. 90% sure if he burned it, any of the DNA evidence is probably gone, but
It was ugly.
and so like where's that at? How did you clean that up?
Took a shovel and rake, ripped up everything I could, walked it down with a hose and put Clorox on it.
And the chainsaw's where?
Keep the burn barrel and burned it last day.
Alan finally cracks, admitting that he shot Patrick, dismembered him, and burned the body before disposing of the remains. With a confession now on record, investigators turn their attention to a critical question. Did Alan act alone, or is there something even darker he's still hiding? But before detectives can press further, Alan makes a surprising claim.
He came up with that pistol. We're going to do it.
And we're not arguing. We're not arguing that point. We're just trying to figure out like what you did with the body, how you did it, and where it's at. If there's anything left.
Not much.
Did you have any help with it?
So where's the pistol?
That's just where you shoot, shut up, and shovel.
Do you see our point? I mean, what we're trying to do at all, Alan?
So where's this gun he was waving around?
I tried to hide it and get away with it.
He obviously didn't want to keep it because that would tie him back to Patrick as well. So he had to dispose of it when he did like the chainsaw
like I said,
as
we're
well.
just trying to, get some closure for his family and present the picture so that everybody understands why you did what you did.
Said you better pull the trigger.
I mean, he just came right out and said it. Yeah, I chopped him up, burned him up.
At that point,
nothing left.
me or him, but
Wild.
Despite Alan's claims that he killed Patrick in self-defense, it hardly explains the brutality and concealment that followed. Following this, Alan is arrested and charged with first-degree murder along with multiple additional charges. Later that day, dive teams and officers are sent to the river area where Alan claimed he dumped the remains. But despite extensive search efforts, nothing of evidentiary value remained. later that day charged with first-degree murder along with multiple additional
he
charges.
Is like, he's like almost 6'7", maybe 6'7.5". He is a tall man.
Later that day, dive teams and officers are sent to the river area where Alan claimed he dumped the remains. But despite extensive search efforts, nothing of evidentiary value is recovered. In the days that follow, police obtain a warrant to search Alan's phone, where they find the most critical evidence in the case. On Alan's phone, detectives find a hostile exchange from May 7th, where Patrick texts Alan, "You will be seeing me soon. Make your peace." And Alan responds, "Never be at my place after dark or else." But it's in the camera roll where they find what they had been unable to locate for days. A photo of Patrick, dead inside the cab of his truck with his silver pistol next to him. The photo was taken at 6:25 a.m. on May 8th. When asked about it, Alan claims he took the photo as proof, in case he ever needed it.
Proof of what?
A couple months later, in July 2025, police receive a call from fishermen reporting a burn barrel floating in a different area of the Salmon River.
Nice.
Officers and divers recover the barrel and transport it for forensic examination, but no human remains or items linked to Patrick are found inside, likely because everything had already been destroyed or lost in the river of no return. As for the missing firearms, investigators later uncover both the rifle and Patrick's silver pistol at the residence of an associate of Alan. The man claims Alan brought the weapons to him asking him to sell them, and with no evidence tying his associates or his brother to the homicide or the cover-up, investigators determined that Alan acted alone. In October 2025, Alan's initial charges were reduced to second-degree murder and destruction of evidence after Alan entered an Alford plea, meaning he maintains his innocence while acknowledging that prosecutors have enough evidence to convict him. In November 2025, a judge denies Alan's last-minute attempt to withdraw the plea and sentences him to 20 years in prison. He must serve at least 10 years before becoming eligible for parole, meaning he will get a chance to walk free in his 80s. But given the severity of the crime, there is a very real possibility he never leaves prison at all.